Counterintelligence is currently experiencing a golden age. State security services can identify, track, and dismantle clandestine networks faster than at any point in history. This capability has been achieved at the direct expense of traditional human intelligence operations. The mechanism driving this collapse in operational security is ubiquitous technical surveillance. By simply existing in a modern city, a human generates behavioral surplus, a continuous, quantifiable trail of digital detritus logged in servers worldwide. This chart tracks the timeline of operational exposure. In 2003, it took Italian investigators roughly 730 days to uncover a CIA rendition operation in Milan. By 2010, authorities in Dubai identified a 26-person Mossad assassination team in down to 30 days. The exposure timeline has collapsed. Tracing how these two environments handled surveillance reveals why traditional clandestine cover is now mathematically impossible. The primary adversary of the modern operative is the ambient environment itself. This map documents the physical starting location in Milan of the 2003 CIA extraordinary rendition of Hassan Mustafa Osama Nasser. After abducting the target, the CIA operatives drove roughly 350 kilometers east. They terminated their extraction route at Aviano Air Base. The operatives made explicit tradecraft errors. They activated 17 connected cell phones in close proximity and paid for hotel rooms and car rentals using sequential credit cards, all registered to P.O. boxes in the Washington, D.C. suburbs. This table breaks down datasets utilized by Italian prosecutors. To match this data, investigators relied on manual legal processes. They filed subpoenas for cellular logs and deployed human analysts to correlate SIM metadata with physical hotel records. A siloed data environment relies heavily on friction. The legal requirement to acquire distinct records, combined with the human labor to manually correlate them, provided the operatives a massive 2-year time buffer to execute the mission and escape. By 2010, the environment had shifted. Operatives from Israel's Mossad traveled to Dubai to assassinate Hamas leader Mahmoud al-Mabouh. The 26-person team utilized heightened physical tradecraft. They avoided direct phone communications, entered the country on staggered international flights, and employed physical disguises ranging from wigs to tennis gear. Despite zero operational leaks, the team was compromised by the host nation's smart city system interoperability. Returning to our dataset table, the right column details how Dubai's interconnected networks functioned. Investigators rapidly linked hotel CCTV footage to border control databases using AI facial recognition. The physical disguises failed to account for a demographic anomaly. Several operatives paid for their accommodations using US-based Payoneer prepaid credit cards. This bar chart illustrates the demographic discrepancy. In 2010, only roughly 2.5% of shoppers in the UAE utilized prepaid cards. Dubai's security systems bypassed the physical disguises entirely. Algorithms automatically flagged the anomalous spending behavior in real time, isolating the suspects from the broader population. Flawless execution of traditional physical tradecraft fails immediately when algorithmic sensors cross-reference behavioral anomalies inside a converged network. Today, the surveillance grid extends into the hardware carried by the operatives themselves. Standard mobile devices possess active emission vulnerabilities. One prominent vector is active Wi-Fi MAC sniffing. To discover local access points, mobile devices constantly broadcast probe requests. These requests contain a Media Access Control, or MAC address, a unique alphanumeric hardware identifier. There is a professional misconception that built-in MAC randomization protocols protect this signature. Counterintelligence systems analyze the behavior of probe requests to defeat randomization. Research shows this technique yields over a 90% accuracy rate in revealing the permanent hardware address. Operators also fail when relying on virtual private networks for physical obfuscation. While a VPN encrypts traffic and masks the IP address, establishing the connection still requires a physical handshake with the local access point. That initial handshake surrenders the MAC address immediately. Even switching a device to airplane mode offers no protection. The phone's operating system simply caches location and Bluetooth beacon data locally. The instant a connection is reestablished, the accumulated behavioral surplus is uploaded directly to the provider's server. A modern operator cannot simply go dark. The hardware is engineered to aggressively reestablish continuity the moment it touches a network, betraying the user's historical pattern. The ultimate structural barrier to clandestine movement is economic. Nations like China, India, and Nigeria leapfrog traditional banking infrastructure to adopt purely digital, cashless economies. In these states, participation in the cashless system is required for daily survival. Basic necessities like dining, transportation, and groceries require mobile QR codes. The prerequisite for participating in these digital economies is the submission of verified digital identities, often linked directly to biometric data and national phone registries. This yields a massive counterintelligence advantage. Host nations track monetary flows in real time. By blacklisting an account, security services can restrict a target to pre-approved geographic spending zones. If an operator attempts to circumvent the system by using unrecorded physical cash, they instantly become a glaring operational anomaly. Digital economies transform everyday commerce into a continuous, involuntary authentication checkpoint. An unnetworked alias is completely incapable of moving through society undetected. This diagram outlines the counterintelligence kill chain architecture. Passive sensors track movement, network handshakes lob hardware, and digital economies gate commerce. When a sterile alias navigates this, the absence of historical behavioral data triggers an immediate alert. The traditional practice of building a sterile alias with freshly forged travel documents is entirely dead. To survive ubiquitous technical surveillance, intelligence services must now artificially engineer their covers. They must continuously generate and seed gigabytes of consistent, flawless behavioral surplus long before an operative ever enters the field. Today's clandestine operatives fight the ambient mathematical architecture of the modern world.